is Yonatan Feleke, and I am here to talk to you about making quality decisions for disruptive startups. There's a lot that has been taught in the world of entrepreneurship. Some of the best practices that we hear all around are making sure you spend a lot of time doing customer interviews after you found your idea. Or maybe even do customer interviews and then come up with your idea. Then the next step was to do a low fidelity prototype to validate some of the assumptions that you had from these customer interviews. And after that prototype, building a version 1, seeing the unit economics and if there's a product market fit, then scaling the product. The whole idea is baked around being able to analyze upfront before spending a lot of money, and also spending the least amount of money if you are going to decide to not pursue a business. The cautionary tales are these wonderful engineers that build an entire product suite in the corner of a room somewhere and launch it only to have it just flop because they didn't have a great understanding of their customers. These are very reasoned processes and amazing insights to have when building a company. However, when you are engaging in a disruptive startup, you will by its design be hard to understand, hard to conceive. So how do you go backwards and create better decisions through research or analysis? Is it that I go talk to more customers by phrasing questions like, imagine a world where X, or how would you behave if there was a product that looks like Y? In all of these situations, the challenge that you have is that customers, not only are they having a hard time to understand what you are saying because you are so far removed from the norm, but they're also put in a position of using their rational mind to predict behaviors. In the regular, incremental, or existing ecosystems of startups, what you have is a person tapping into their experiences or the way they have behaved with other products to be able to answer some of these questions, while in this case, it is purely an imagination, rationalization process. I posit that these result in weak signals, if not inimical signals that give you false positive or false negatives. As you're thinking through a disruptive startup, I advocate for a process where maybe some of these processes are reversed, where instead of doing extensive surveys, extensive interviews, and then a low fidelity prototype, start with a low fidelity prototype to conceive of the notion that you are building in the real world. That allows customers to sort of be hit with the new world dynamic and engage with it in a way where they can tease out some of their own behaviors as they are engaging with these products. While this might not be as capital efficient as doing upfront summary interviews and surveys, it does benefit you in two ways. The signals that come out of the follow-on interviews are much stronger because they're baked in real interpretation or interactions with these products. And second, you would have a massive missed opportunity if you operated with a survey first and decided to shut down a very potentially lucrative business. As most venture capital investors will say, it's great to be contrarian, but you have to be contrarian and right. And the fact of the matter is, contrarian ideas never bubble through and come out whenever you're doing regular interviews. So that's one component. Reversing the order of processes to be able to do the MVP first, to come up with a high fidelity market proof, as opposed to weak proxies for possible demand.